What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 61, I think it says 60 in the thumbnail to make it look nice, but it's 61 Civ AI only battle. Of course, I'm number 62, spectating. Where am I? We're a giant death robot this time, down in the ice. I was just checking, I got panicked then. I thought, is there a Civ here? No, I haven't left anyone in the Americas. Phew, I was just checking. I don't think anyone got to Australia yet. It is possible. You can see there's shallow water. Civs are in the shallow water, but for some reason they've just not explored this far at all. It's their choice, but it's interesting. I don't know what bars them. Maybe they're scared of going into the unknown. I don't really know. Maybe they won't do it with a warrior. Maybe that's what it is. Although this must be unknown for Indonesia to some extent. I don't know. Maybe they'd only do it. I say that their scout isn't here. I don't know where that's got off to. But either way, I'm going to keep clicking the button. I'm going to take control now of the button instead of letting it run. It's only turned 40, but that way, you know, we're going to see some wonders and some wars. As we did last term, we saw a few in North Africa, which we'll keep an eye on. And obviously, yeah, just me pressing the button. Give me a bit more ability not to miss those, and we can have a look at them before they start. But we can see Carthage already making a quick start here with this war. We've seen Civs do things. Sadly, I don't know all the leaders' names when we've got a lot of new mods, so that might hurt a bit. I don't know who Bogdgigeen is. I have no idea. I'm not gonna. Let's not go through it because I'll just forget them all straight away. But there we go. First city to fall of this whole game. Zinekra of the Garamantes becomes Carthage's first city. And that seems like a reasonable expansion for them, just moving to the east slightly. That's a smart move. What was the other war? I think the other war was Central Africa v Kanem Bornu, and I think Carthage is also at war with Kanem Bornu, so we'll keep an eye on this. Third religion, who's that? Persia with Zoroastrianism. So that's one in East Africa, one in, yeah, Ethiopia has one. Was it? It wasn't Mali. Who had the other one? I thought it was Mali. Oh, Nigeria got the other one. So that's East and West Africa, and then Persia. Yeah, quite far away in Asia, but at the moment, most of Europe and most of Asia kind of missing out on a religion, at least early on. Indonesia did pop down a settler there in the bottom of southeastern Europe. Hopefully that sort of presses Singapore and Aceh into life a little bit more. I think once they get triremes, that would definitely be a good point for them to start doing stuff. As Central Africa does grab a city here off of Kanem Bornu, and Japan completes the Great Lighthouse. Good job, that will make them a bit more effective at exploring the sea. There's lots of islands, so plenty of space to go and settle. All of New Guinea here. Still big parts of Indonesia, the Philippines, or I think what's supposed to be the Philippines, for example. Lots of, I mean, even these islands you can get a good city on in this game. New Zealand's big enough. And yeah, Australia is obviously a whole continent. And Japan will be able to slowly, eventually work their way around to North America. A land unit could in theory go, and a settler, but again I don't think the AI, even with no barbarians, I don't know if they know that, so I don't think they'll send the settler just on its own. And obviously they can't see, they'll have to sort of work it out over time, which is not as easy as it sounds. It's only been 43 turns, let's give them some time. People were very confident. I saw a lot of picks for the Civs that didn't do anything in turn 1, so you guys have more faith than me, that's for sure. I think they will have a chance just because there's so many Civs. I don't think it's a huge concern if your Civ's not even moved yet. I mean, obviously if they start dying, that's a problem, but if they haven't moved, it's not the end of the world. Yakutia completes the pyramids. They still have 2 settlers lurking around, although I think one of them is sort of the not moving one. Perm, still just here doing their thing. Vladimir as well. What do we got going on elsewhere? There's probably not any new cities here, is there? Because it's a very, very closed off part of the map, or very small, I should say, in terms of space. Burgundy might squeeze in another city. England did finally, or Britain, put down Birmingham. Eventually, took them some time. Norway have not put down this settler yet, it's just sort of lurking. Yeah, and Estonia not moving yet, and there we go, another war. Khazar v Babylon. That is probably not going to lead to too much. It'd be very this city's going to be hard to get to with the mountains and the river in the way. But you never know, Khazar do have a lot of units. And the Huns onto 4 cities. So that is one of, not the first, but, well, I don't want to say the first. No, Rhodesia I can see has 5, but there you go. Getting up there. 3s mostly. Cannon Bornu surviving. It does look like Carthage is going to take the Garamantes capital sooner rather than later, and can probably take them out. I mean, this city's only 11 defense. That's very bad. Yeah, pretty easy to take. But Morocco's going to go settle towards them by the look of it, which will make things a bit more messy. What else we got? Ooh, okay. Egypt, Carthage is just fighting everyone. They will now declare war on Central Africa, who was their friend a minute ago, and they will be joined by Egypt. That does not matter too much, but it's maybe a sign that some civs aren't too happy with the Central African Republic already. I wanted to check that was them, because there was, I think Chad was another mod that I didn't turn on, and they would have spawned in a sort of roughly similar area as well. But yeah, it is Central African Republic. Which is cool. And there we go, Terracotta Army for the Mughals, so they double their units here. They've been pretty quiet, they just got their 2 cities and have been happy. They are pretty surrounded by either mountains or 4 other civs now, Chola, Bengal, India, and Persia in the west. What else? Hejaz not quite moving yet. Sorry guys. They are doing stuff, just not... Like I said, they can defend themselves. They seem okay. Byzantium's another one. They're just pumping out units. Hopefully that will lead to something. Religion, oh, another one in Africa with the Garamantes getting Islam. It's just hurting each other, obviously, with these religions, which is not a bad thing game-wise, but it, you know, none in Europe yet. Although here's another one which goes to the Celts. Catholicism is in Europe, although right at the edge. But hopefully that will sort of spread through Western Europe, give a bit of a balance. There is a 3rd city from Burgundy, and this definitely confirms that there's quite a difference from the test, because I believe this city was, the city name in the test was settled sort of where Krakow, or somewhere, at least in between here. It was more like, see where this gap is? It was kind of here in the test, I specifically remember. So that shows you how me making a few little adjustments from the test to the real thing have made some big changes. Tibet doing their thing. They have a couple of settlers. I'm guessing one might be... We've seen some civs that have one that they're just not moving, but I'm not sure that's the case here. Oh, and Cannon Bornu losing their capital there. That is not a good start for them, as we get 2 more religions. Great Mongolia with 1. That will be big in East Asia. And Korea also with 1. So 2 new religions in East Asia. Confucianism and Buddhism, which is, I think, about right. I just clicked that away, but Arabia, I think that was the Hanging Gardens. Yep, it looks like it. And then Hanover completed the Parthenon here in Northern Europe. Europe's been very peaceful for an area with still probably the least space. Certainly a lot more space in Asia still, but I'm trying to get it more balanced. I think it kind of works out with Europe probably being able to get to the New World a little bit easier. I don't know why that is. In theory, it should be the same if you get caravels, but it does tend to be Europeans getting there first. Maybe it's just reflectant of real life. There we go. Babylon and the Khazar have peaced out and nothing happened. Japan have grabbed a new city on this little island, which is pretty cool. Has anyone gone down here yet? No. It doesn't really make sense. In theory, they could. Maybe it's just bad luck, but they've all... I guess if you know there's civs in the other direction, you're just going to go and explore in that direction. Just ignore the other area. But I'm sure eventually someone will go down there, find it. We've got Chola in the south of India here. Bengal is coming across because, yeah, India's just not really doing stuff. They might kick into gear. Problem is it's probably too late for them to settle, so they're going to need to fight someone or be attacked and win the war. That might, you know, get them going. Looks like Bengal's going to put another settler down. As oh, I got a comment that told me how to do it. I believe it's Zafor. It's not as aggressive on the Z. It's more Zafarvishia. No, that was bad. Zafor. I was saying Zafaritsia. I think it's more of a G instead of a Z, which would be more like Zafarizhia. I think that might be it. So it's probably wrong, but either way, maybe I think it's more Zafarizhia instead of Zafaritsia. Hopefully. Either way, Zaporizhia is... Yeah, it is them. I thought it was... I'm pretty sure who is the leader of Bosnia? Tvrtko. And the leader is Serko. Oh, okay, no, they're different. They're just Urkos. I thought they were a similar person, but they're not. Either way, Zaporizhia versus Byzantium over the sea. That is not going to go too well. But there we go. Whatever. And the Garamantes lose their capital. That's not too good. To Carthage. And there we go. The first civ eliminated is Cannon Bornu. Hopefully no one picked them. Quick, change your comment. Quick. No one will notice. You'll be okay. I think another city just went there. No, maybe not. But the Celts v England, or Great Britain I should say, also breaking out in the British Isles. And Carthage will spare the Garamantes with one city, at least. The Zulu and Rhodesia, I just saw that. They've got some gross looking borders here, sort of splitting between each other. I'm sure that will lead to a conflict very soon. Which is probably good news for Congo and Burundi. That gives them some more time. Here in sub-Saharan Africa, Ethiopia as well, 4 cities, looking pretty good. Another new city here for the Central African Republic as well. Takes them to 7 already. How's Korea getting on? And the Chinese civs as well. Let's have a look. Korea with their 3 cities. Sadly, ANU's... They have moved their settlers, so that's a sign. It was down here, so they're thinking about it. Liao got 3 cities, sort of cutting off Korea, and it looks like they're going to go towards the Chukchi, who have finally settled here and have moved around this way, so they are also starting to do some more stuff. Mongolia, original Mongolia just here, they're 4 cities, not as expansive as normal. I think Great Mongolia is going to be a good addition. I'm excited to see what they do here. I think they're going for a 5th city. I think that'll be a cool addition, as is Yakutia here. Definitely makes it less easy for Mongolia. We have not original, but you know, base game China here with their 3 cities. And we have Ming as well along the coast. I think Ming, I don't want to, it's not really a spoiler because it's first like few turns, but Ming was definitely in the test run. One of the first civs to sort of start exploring a bit more. So keep an eye out, I guess, for Ming maybe being one of the early sort of settlers. Also, the Shan states now up to 5 cities. 6, sorry. Not bad, not good counting. Pushing both towards Indonesia this way and up this way. I'm liking it though. Between the mountains, they can be very difficult to move. They are going to be pretty solid there. Yeah, this was never going to work. So Europe remains pretty peaceful on the basis that, apart from the Celts v Britain. Some civs need to make their move though. You can see Leon, they have their unique units at the moment. You don't want to let that slip away. Ooh, and now Carthage attacked by the Songhai. That is going to be messy because it looks like the Songhai have a numbers advantage here despite Carthage's recent victory. The Songhai go last, so we'll see at the very end of the turn how effective this attack's going to be. Carthage has a few units, but yeah, this is not going to be easy, and I think Morocco's probably about to hit them from this side as well, so yeah. See a sign that the early stuff doesn't always mean too much. As Portugal squeezes a 4th city for themselves in Iberia and grabs the Rock of Gibraltar. That'll be good for their economy early on, 5 gold. And the Huns declared war on Vladimir, which looks like that could go pretty well for them. Vladimir does have 4 cities, but they're all pretty spread out. They don't have many units. They have a 5th settler. Oh no, that's Finland. With this settler. Finland has a couple more settlers actually on the way. And Norway did squeeze that 3rd city in, but they brought it back down this way instead. Portugal and the Songhai are now friends. How did you... I don't know how they met, but they've met. There you go. I mean, it's not impossible, but I don't know. I don't really see too many triremes. We're only just seeing the first ones. It's happened either way. Some new cities here, Mali and Nigeria, sort of some interlocking borders. Rhodesia and the Zulu building up a lot of units. So they both know what's coming. Liao did also put down their 4th city, that settler. It does not like me moving when the Songhai take their turn at all. Doesn't like that. yeah, Chukchi's starting to explore now with this trireme, which is hopefully going to sort of spring them to a bit of action. City of Vladimir here under early attack from the Huns. It might get lucky on the basis this forest will slow them down in the early stages. Did Persia have 4 cities? I feel like these maybe they had 3, but certainly a new one up here towards the Huns though. Not sure that's the wisest move, but just try your best. Mughals completely Petra wonder. Fair few desert tiles around them, so good move. It's like Babylon is maybe eyeing up Arabia here. And Egypt did not give us a canal. Although I say that right now, I am very tempted. It's probably too late. I turned off the option to have this as a land tile. I thought, you know what, let's try something different. We'll make it completely open water. This one's not normally a problem, because obviously Constantinople would have been on the land tile if I'd have fixed it properly. But here, I'm still tempted. Should we open this tile up? It feels unfair, because then you cut Egypt off from this city. I don't know. It would have been cool. Maybe next time. Could have a bit of in-game climate change. We just raise the water levels a little bit and flood some people's tiles. I'm on the lookout for new cities. Korea completes the Colossus, which is a good wonder to get. I believe that's the free cargo ship, isn't it? So that will certainly help them get a bit more money in. Mongolia versus Yakutia. That's not really a surprise. And Morocco joining against Carthage. That seemed likely to happen. And we'll see if Carthage can defend their 4 cities. Ethiopia join it. Yeah, this is not looking good for Carthage, is it? A lot of new enemies being made. India and Estonia now friends. It's an impressive one. Okay, India. Sure they'll help you a lot. Russia v Vladimir. Oh, that's probably bad news for this city. Zulu against Carthage. I don't think that matters too much. And Tibet have left the mountains. There's a lot of settlers here. Yakutia, Great Mongolia, Bengal. Quite a few in this space, so it's going to fill up a little bit more. New Finland city right next to Estonia. We'll see if they like that too much. Well, they're not doing nothing, Hejaz. They have now declared war on Carthage. I mean, they haven't moved, so I don't really know how they found them, but maybe Carthage found them. Okay, now there's lots going on all over the map. Burundi and Nigeria join the war against Carthage. Babylon v Arabia. Oh, we could see that coming. The Huns have conquered Vladimir here, which sucks for them, but it doesn't look like Russia will get this city. Which means we'll see 2 new powers in the region, and Khazar is still settling as well. And Finland is still settling, so it's kind of opens up new opportunities. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, I think Carthage probably going to be in trouble again. One day Carthage. Actually, they did well in that Italy game, so maybe there is no more days where they're going to do good. Sorry. Put a damper on it. Maybe we'll just never see a super strong Carthage again. There are some more settlers here. Oh, Italy might settle in Greece, and maybe he's just beaten Carthage to it. There you go, the city of Turin. And if they put this one down in the bottom of Italy, that would prevent Carthage getting anything there. Oh, there we go, Morocco. I saw it on the minimap. Takes the city of Utique off of Carthage, and I would assume the Songhai are going to get this done sooner or later. In the south. Oh, they're actually called Great Perm. Sorry, Perm. You're great. Not just Perm, you're great. Utique has fallen back to Carthage, and I saw this city went to Egypt from the Central African Republic as well. And we have our first mainland Europe war, depending on what you define as Europe on this map. So this is not mainland. And then Zaporizhia versus Byzantium was kind of just didn't happen. And then Russia is kind of going east instead of west. If they were going this way, I'd say yeah. But here we go then. Who is this? That is Belgium and Bosnia. Bosnia will not play a huge role in this, but certainly Belgium will against Hanover. Belgium would look pretty good if they took out Hanover. I don't expect that to happen immediately, but that would be good. I mean, these European civs do have a disadvantage. You probably want to get to a higher number of cities quickly. If you could just take out one rival early on, that would be huge. And yeah, if Belgium could do this, that would be great. But it's going to be tough. A lot of archers defending for Hanover, and even though they got Bosnia to help, it's not going to be a huge amount of help. Burgundy settler. We'll see where that heads. I'm going to guess it's not going to go much further than the top of Britain, but we'll keep an eye on it. Russia taking the city off of Vladimir, and Rostov here is probably going to go to the Huns as well. Yakutia put their city down. Mongolia conquered a city as well. Great Mongolia added one up here. Bengal has not put theirs down yet. It's now very far away from the rest of Bengal. Shan have another settler. Any more? Just try and catch one. There is some early triremes now of Aceh, Indonesia, Chola, and Indonesia again exploring Australia. Could be interesting. Singapore's settler has moved, so that's worth keeping an eye on. I think it could settle on this gold mine or gold tile, for example. So that could be big still. UTK falls again. Not super huge news, but there you go. That's happened. And Rostov did fall to the Huns. So Vladimir, pretty small now. Khazar versus Russia. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, you didn't want that. That's going to hurt. Khazar looked pretty strong, just as you were having some success. But that's what happens early game. You need to just... It's about timing, I think, early on. It's not super important like the first... Well, it is, but, you know, it is very important, first 100 turns. But timing is, like, very important too. Make sure you do it at the right time. Babylon conquers this city here off of Arabia. They're looking pretty good in the Arabian Peninsula. Byzantium's finally moving their settler as well. So plenty to cheer for in that region. Russia, oh, but they do get a peace deal, which means they can turn around, try and defend their remaining cities. Estonia's moving units as well. They're not moved their settler, but they have moved some units. So that's exciting news for anyone rooting for Estonia. And Singapore did settle right next to Aceh here. So they're starting to move. That's good. And hopefully, maybe that'll just push Aceh's settler along to settle as well. Go and find some. I mean, they're certainly exploring lots of territory, so it's possible that soon they will start to make the right moves. Celts didn't really have any success against Britain. Norway settler, where'd that Burgundy settler go? Oh, they turned back by the look of it. Fair enough. How's the Chukchi? Still 2 cities, but there is a settler, 2 settlers here. Hopefully they'll head off somewhere. I mean, they could just walk straight to Alaska, I think, at this point, if they if they were brave and did some exploring. In theory, that is a lot of wars against Vladimir, but they have 1 city left, so I'm not going to take it as... We're not going to go look at all of those. Just know that they might have numbered days. UTK has again gone to Morocco. I'm just checking no one's here. In theory, it is possible with a land unit. Great Wall for the Mughals. It's very good. Mughals have been hoarding a few of the wonders early on, I've noticed. I see you, Mughals, as Carthage takes the city of UTK. But yeah, Mughals getting that Great Wall and the Terracotta Army, so that's kind of offensive and defensive wonders early on. They are limited in size, but they have 2 big cities, to be fair. I mean, look, Persia, all their cities are like 4s and 2s. That's a lot going on. The Zulu-Rhodesia War started, and I must have missed it, but Rhodesia grabbed 2 cities straight away. And I think UTK just fell again. Portugal has grabbed a North African city and has another settler ready to go as well. Carthage and Italy also have settlers in the Mediterranean at the moment, or on the coast. There we go. And Vladimir, peace deal with the Huns, probably saves them, even with all those wars. And Russia so far defending themselves just fine. But that will be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.